Okay, let's get the shoulders warmed up. Start with arm circles. Big arm circles. Really reach as far as you can. We want to get those shoulder joints nice and warm. Now we're going to go the other way. Really reach behind you as well. And then you're going to take the arms forward and backward behind you. Get those arms behind your head. And then we'll warm up through the rotator cuff, lift the elbows. We'll be doing this exercise later with a weight. So getting ready for our first set of overhead press. Pick up the heaviest weight you can do for 45 seconds. You're going to want to make sure your core is tight and you're not arching your back. Make sure you're going to full extension on the elbows without locking. Okay, almost done with this set. Now, if you start to lose your form, you put that weight down early. Grab the next weight. We're going to go a little bit lighter, same exercise. All right, I'm in a staggered stance, 1 foot back, just to keep me from arching my back. Now, it should feel easier the first couple of reps, and then it should catch up with you pretty quickly. You can also do this workout as straight sets instead of drop sets. You could keep the same weight throughout the workout for each of the exercises. Remember, if you're starting to arch your back, drop the arms, take a mid-set break, come back when you're ready, and keep going. Nothing wrong with taking a break if you're losing your form. Okay, we're almost there. Coming to our next rest. And now grab your lightest weight for your last set of shoulder press. Now, just like before, it should feel easier at first, and then the muscle starts to fatigue. You're working the shoulders, upper chest, back of the arms. You're also working your core by stabilizing. Okay, we're finishing up this last set. We're going into the next exercise, the lateral raise. Now on this exercise, you're going to want to go a little bit lighter for your heaviest set. So make sure you lift with the elbows as opposed to the hands. And if you need to modify at any time, shorten your lever by bending the arms more. There. You should be feeling it by now. Remember, you can always stop early. Okay, time to rest. Grab the next weight down. We're going to do our set number 2 of 3. So you're going to go a little bit lighter. Now what's great about the lateral raise is you're working all three heads of the shoulder. The front, middle, and back of the shoulder, or anterior, medial, and posterior part of the shoulder. You also will feel the muscles of the back of the neck, the trapezius. Just try to keep your chin down. Try not to raise your shoulders toward your ears. Okay, almost there. Okay, we're on our last set of lateral raise. Go lightest. Now, if you need to take a longer rest, please do. So right here, I'm showing you what not to do, what I see a lot of people do, turning those hands up. You can always cut the set short if you start to lose your form. Now remember, if you're feeling the back of the neck a lot, just make sure you're keeping those shoulders down away from your ears, and you can drop your chin a little bit closer to your chest, or just end the set. Okay, you're almost there. Now here comes your longer rest. Now we're moving into a rear delt row. This is very similar to a bent over row, but the elbows are going to be 30 to 45 degrees from the torso. So aim the elbows out a little bit from your body. That's going to target the upper back of the shoulder. You really want to keep the back nice and flat and your core tight on this one. Lift the tailbone up like a slight arch in the low back and have those knees bent. If you do start to feel your low back a lot, pull your abs in a little bit tighter or stagger your feet so one foot is back behind you. This is going to build your core strength. That's a good thing. So see how my elbows are flared out a little bit as opposed to going alongside my ribs? We're trying to work the back of the shoulder just a little bit more. Okay, take a rest. Now go a little bit lighter. We're going to do our second set of 3. All right, remember, core tight, flat back. Keep your chest lifted. One thing to keep in mind is you only need to get those elbows about level with the torso. You don't need to get the hands all the way back. Okay, we're going into our last set, so go to your lightest weight for this exercise. And remember, if you're really starting to fatigue in the low back, really stagger your stance. The abs need to be braced tight. You could always stop with 2 sets if you're building up your core strength. Now see, I'm taking a break and I'm staggering my feet. That gives you a little bit more support for your low back. You can try that and see if that feels better. Great job, almost there. All right, we're going into the next exercise. We're going to do a front raise. So you're going to keep a slight bend in the elbows as you bring the arms up in front of you. You're only bringing those elbows shoulder height. You don't need to go higher than that. So again, your core needs to be tight so you're not arching that back trying to lift the weight. So you could try different stances, a staggered stance, a neutral stance. Just make sure that you keep that core tight so that you're not swinging your back trying to lift that weight. If you are using your torso to lift the weight, it's too heavy. Okay, go a little bit lighter for our second set. All right, you should definitely be feeling your shoulders at this point. We're working the front of the shoulder and the medial delt. You're also going to get a little bit of upper chest. So you want to make sure you're able to control that weight with a nice little quick pause at the top. All right, this is our last set of our front raise. So grab your lightest weight. Great job. We're coming up on the final exercise. We're going to do one arm at a time on the next exercise. Okay, so now we're going to be working the rotator cuff, or the back of the shoulder on the upper back. So you're going to be in a hinge position, leaning forward. The key to this movement is to keep that elbow in the same position the whole time. It acts as a pivot point. You're going to want to go light for this exercise. So I have a 5 in my hand. So try to keep that elbow the same height the whole time. It's going to want to lift and lower as you rotate the arm. Perfect. Okay, we only have one more set on this side, so go grab your lighter weight. I've got a 3 in this set, but you choose what works for you. Keep that elbow high. So if you had a chair or something you could put your hand on, you can use that for support. I'm using my leg, and I'm in a wider base of support just to keep my back straight. Again, you don't want to round your spine. All right, we're going to be switching to the other side, so grab that first weight you did, and you should be on the other arm now. Now these are our last 2 sets. Okay, this is your final set. So grab that lightest weight that you used on your last set. Or nice flat back, abs braced, breathing, knees bent. Keep that elbow in that same position. It's just working as a pivot. Almost there. Come on, you can do this. Perfect job. Okay, great. It is time to stretch. You did such a great job. Let's do a quick stretch. You earned it. So open up the chest, clasping the hands behind you and really squeezing those shoulder blades back behind you. You should feel the shoulders open up. You can drop the chin a little bit and stretch through the traps as well, back of the neck. Now take one arm across your body. You can either hold it low or high, wherever you feel it more, stretching through the back of the shoulder. And you can hold the forearm or above the elbow, whichever way you feel it better. Now hopefully you feel like you worked your shoulders really well. The shoulders are the link to your torso, stretching through the rotator cuff as you work those, and the other way. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this workout. If you liked it, consider giving a thumbs up and subscribing. Great job. I'll see you next time.